Another great recipe from my party playbook, meatballs. I'm not kidding you, meatballs are one of the new and old go-to food winners again. In New York City, there are restaurants dedicated to only serving meatballs. So that was my inspiration to add this to our party playbook menu. Easy too, you can make them the night before. Here, I just grabbed my meatballs that I made last night. Super simple, a pound of ground beef, a pound of pork, cup of breadcrumbs, 2 eggs, seasonings, and a 1/4 cup of ketchup, and a lot of love. Mix that up, form it in about golf-sized meatballs, stick it in the refrigerator, and this is what you have. So to this, I like to do a little bit of twist on meatballs. This is my sweet and sour meatball recipe. No joke, my mom taught this to me when I was a little girl, and to this day, they're still one of my award-winning recipes. Super easy, super fun, and can be made ahead of time. So here are the meatballs. Rest these here. And in a saute pan, the 2 outstanding ingredients that make your sauce, chili sauce and grape jelly. So put that on over medium heat. We'll just add our grape jelly to our chili sauce. And you have this melting down. And if you don't have a chance to make the meatballs ahead of time, you can make them as your sauce begins to warm up and melt and the aromas really start to hit the kitchen. So easy. I mean, again, if you aren't really confident in the kitchen or you don't want to have a lot of fuss going into your game night, perfect recipe. Young, old, man, woman, everybody can make this. And I promise you, they will love it. Let me know how they turn out. Send me pictures. I'd love to see your recipes and how you choose to plate them, because that's the next part. Once they're all done, have to simmer about 30 minutes. We'll then plate them in something really fun and good for entertaining. So you wait for just a minute because you want your sauce to really break down. You want the sweetness of the grape jelly to break down and really blend naturally into the chili sauce. And once you have that, you can really start to see the consistency. Like, see here, it's still a little too thick. And you don't want to add your meatballs to it until it's become, well, a sauce. And that way it coats the meatballs evenly. And you just cook them for 30 minutes. And game on, boys and girls. Now that our sauce is, well, become a sauce, I like to add a little bit of salt and pepper to it. Just a little sprinkle, not too much salt, because there's so much wonderful seasoning inside our meatballs already. And then again, because I like spice and I like a little kick, I like to add some freshly ground pepper. And as the sauce is just gently simmering, I mean, it really has such a beautiful color, I take my meatballs and tongs. Why do I use tongs? I don't want it to splash because the sauce is so good. You could even use it for dipping after, so you don't want any to splash out of the pan, and really maximize everything you have here. So we have about 2½ dozen meatballs from this recipe, and you just gently place them in your sauce just like that. I have 2 layers here. I had so much fun making this yesterday. And what's fun about when you create something like this, there's so many delicious ways you can eat it after. If you have any leftovers, I mean, it's great room temperature. You can even add them on top of rice or noodles the next day. Or, you know, I like to send my guests home with the food. One, it makes it easier for me to clean up after, because we all know how busy we are in New York, and those that work or moms that are busy with their kids. And secondly, it gives them a really nice memory to take home after a really wonderful meal. And if you have time, you know, send them to the website and they can just get the recipe from there and they can recreate it from home. Again, that's just mealsonheelsbymindy.com. And if you go on recipes or the party playbook, all of these are here and all the little tricks of the trade. And it really makes throwing a party fuss-free, fancy-free, but full of panache and definitely full of taste. And you just gently roll them around, make sure they're coated. I mean, look how gorgeous that sauce looks. I mean, it's a beautiful boysenberry color between the chili seasonings and the grape jelly. And you just coat them all around. And then you cover it about 3/4 with a lid, or if you don't have a lid, you can even use aluminum foil. And turn it down to simmer for about 30-40 minutes, and you have yourself some great meatballs. For more tips and recipes, visit mealsonheelsbymindy.com.